Just a quick question before my actual question. Tony Perkins, good to go. I know he was icing his foot after the game.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
And Shaheen Holloway, probably one of the best players in Seton Hall history, had a great coaching experience at St. Peter's, led him to the Elite Eight. What have you kind of heard about Shaheen Holloway, and how would you kind of, I guess, analyze his career and coaching style?
Well, yeah, I've known Shaheen a long time. I mean, coached against him, saw him play in high school. I mean, he wasn't good. He was great. And I think everybody knows that. You know, he was an assistant in our league when I was at Siena. So I've known him a long time. The job he did at St. Peter's was absolutely spectacular, as we all know. Not an easy job. And he did amazing things there, and he's doing a great job, you know, at Seton Hall. Obviously, he was the guy, you know, when Kevin left to go to Maryland. I think everybody knew, you know, Shaheen certainly being one of the all-time greats there, and having such a, you know, big name in New Jersey, really throughout the country. So, you know, his teams play hard, they compete. You know, I would say they're probably a reflection of him. That's how he was. And that's what you have to expect when you play this team.
Jerry Carino.
Hi, Fran. Checking in from New Jersey. Just to follow up on Shaheen and the MAC. What's the MAC like as an incubator for coaches at this level? How does it prepare you to take this next step?
Well, it's a phenomenally competitive league. Really good teams, you know, really good coaches. I mean, you think about who I coached against when I was there, but it's like that all the time. The venues are small, so the atmosphere is typically very intense, very competitive. And I think the players and the coaches always appreciated that. You also have opportunity to play, you know, some Power 5 teams when you're coaching in the MAC. And we've always done well. Obviously, they have the tournament down in Orlando at Disney that's run by the MAC. You know, Richie Enzer did an amazing job as the commissioner for so many years, promoting our league and giving us opportunity outside of the league and encouraging us to play other teams, which helped in recruiting and helped, you know, us having some success in the NCAA tournament.
Mike Halas.
Hi, Fran. What is playing this team going to do for you down the road? I mean, obviously it's a contrast in styles this game, and it looks like it's a very good team.
They are very good, and they're deep. They're obviously well coached. They have, I think, a really good collection of pieces: athletes, drivers, shooters, power guys, versatility. You know, I think if you look at the Gavitt games in general, that's what it was supposed to be for both conferences. Opportunity in November to play quality opponents on television, create interest early in the season, and prepare us for conference games that were coming, the MTEs that are coming. Obviously for us, the ACC challenge as well. You know, so I think it's just another opportunity to play a great team that has a particular style that will challenge us in every way.
Corey Brada.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're well this morning. Just wanted to ask you about Amarian Nimmers. Can you give us an update on his wrist, and what is the timeline for making a decision on whether or not he'll suit up this year?
Yeah, his wrist is fine. He's going to redshirt. Yeah.
Pennington Smith.
Morning, Coach. Appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Looking at Shaheen's teams in this one through 2 games, very strong defensive identity. I think against St. Peter's, they forced 6 shot clock violations. You know, what have you seen from them on the defensive side? And as an offense, how do you plan on, or how can you counteract that?
Yeah, they're going to put pressure on the ball, and they're going to extend. So you got to take care of the ball. You got to move the ball. You got to rebound because they're coming for it. So that, sort of typifies the competitive instincts that they have that have been instilled, by coach. So, if you're turning the ball over and having shot clock violations, or, forget about the violations. Maybe you're putting up a bad shot at the end of the clock because you haven't run offense well, then it's going to be hard to score. So, for us, we have a lot of guys that can handle the ball, and we do see defenses like this at times in our league, and various teams, play that kind of physical style. So you got to be able to be ready for that and execute consistently. I think, the game you were referring to, they were fine for a while. Then they had that tough stretch where they were getting the shot clock violations. They weren't moving the ball. They were quick shooting the ball. Sometimes you quick shoot it, and sometimes you grind it. And having 5 guys that can play together and be connected and handle that will be necessary in this game.
Adam, I see you're back. Are you ready to go for a question?
Sorry, I had to let my dog out there for a second. Hi, Fran. How you doing?
What's up, my man?
Doing all right. It's a little cold here in New Jersey. In New York, we were hoping to have that warm weather for you, but you're not going to have that.
Well, it's cold here too, so.
It was about 73 a couple days ago. Now it's 43.
Yeah.
How impressed were you, I guess, by the run Shaheen had at St. Peter's, and how hard is that to do out of the MAC, and can somebody do it again?
It'll be done again. What he did was really amazing on so many different levels. I think he approached that job, Adam, with the absolute perfect mindset. Like, we're not hoping when we're going to win. Like, this is what we're going to do. And you've been around. That's not an easy job. Never has been. But he made it a really good one. He attracted really good players, and he got them to believe. And, the teams that they beat in the tournament are hard to beat at any time. So, it's truly special. And I think we're all happy that he has an opportunity to go back to his alma mater. He'd have been fine staying there. Like, I would have been fine staying at Siena. They're great places. It's a great league with really good people. But, he, like I did, had an opportunity to move on, and I wanted to coach in the Big Ten. He's coaching in the Big East, and I'm happy for him. And looking forward to the game.
Thanks,
Mike?
buddy. I'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday, my man.
Mike?
Fran, back before you took the Iowa job, how close were you to going to Seton Hall, and what did you see about Seton Hall that would have been appealing besides the obvious fact it was a Big East program?
Yeah, we were very close. Pat Hobbs was running the search. He's now the AD at Rutgers. Terrific guy. And really, I think was, when you're involved in coaching searches, you just want to deal with professional people. And he's as professional as they come. So we had some preliminary discussion. We were going to continue that discussion. I was going through the interview process at Iowa, and Mr. Barta called and offered the position. We were getting ready to head down to Seton Hall to further discussion, and I accepted the Iowa position.
Corey?
Coach, forgive me if you've answered this before, but the new flop rule, I get your thoughts on that. Just the immediate technical. It just seems like that's putting a pretty heavy burden on the officials to get it right. You don't want to make a call like that and give a team a free throw in a big spot. Just your thoughts on that change this year.
I think it's great. And you know, and yeah, you're right. There might be a mistake or two, but I don't think any official is going to rush to judgment on that. I think he's going to be pretty sure when he makes that technical foul call. But there was just way too many guys falling down. That's not basketball. Hold your ground. You know, be a competitor. Don't try to cheat the officials. You know, I think it's been a long time coming, and I would tell you that I think every official's happy about it.
Okay, we have time for a couple more. Kenny?
Coach, we talked to Connor last week, and some of the things he said as far as the goals for the first two games was making sure that the energy level was right, and then looking ahead to a game like Seton Hall, that they are cutting offensively, you know, handling screens, handling ball pressure. Just a few days removed from the first two games, how would you assess your team's level in all of those areas?
It's been really good. You know, it's going to have to be really good. It's going to have to be great against this team. But, you know, the first two teams we played, you know, were competitive. The coaches coached them up. They had athletes. They were, you know, really trying to put pressure on the ball. Like I said, we've got a lot of handlers. We've got a lot of guys that can go off the dribble. And you got to be able to make plays against that kind of heat. Know when to jump stop, when to fly in there off one leg, when to play off 2 feet. Read where the help's coming from and make a quick decision. You know, I think the problem you have sometimes is you get sped up, and you know, I think we have enough maturity to handle that.
Okay, last question, Steve Batterson.
Yeah, Fran, Nimmers' decision, what did that come down to, and what had you seen from him so far on the practice court?
Yeah, it makes no sense for a walk-on to play his first year. I mean, you look at, you know, track record of Austin Ash, Michael Bear, Darius Stokes, Riley Till, even, you know, guys like Kyle Denning, who we end up giving a scholarship to. We gave Austin a scholarship as well. You want to maintain that eligibility on the back end. Give him a year to get adjusted, to learn the system, and you know, enable him to take advantage of, you know, 5 years to play 4 if he wants to. If he wants to graduate, he can. But I think, you know, when he's 22, he'll be a pretty darn good player, and he'll either be playing here or be playing somewhere else, and he'll have options. And I think that's my responsibility to make sure he has options.